Okie dokie. Let's do this. Again, because my recording didn't work the first time. Woo! I'm loving it. Yeah! So, Season of the Seraph for Destiny 2 just came out, and I would like to talk about it with my words. Because when the first time I tried it with words, my audio did not record because I did not have an audio input source. Go me. Okay. So, Season Seraph, I'm gonna open up the game and just show it off. This season has been pretty okay so far. I'm giving it a resounding, like, 6 out of 10, just for the sake of, it's a season. It's got some cool stuff, but it's still just a season. Like, if we go to the helm here, this activity, the Heist Battlegrounds, this is fun. This is a fun, well-built, challenging. The enemies are hard. They're not super hard, but they're like challenging where I'm not like steamrolling, and I am enjoying this activity. This activity is very fun. As you can see, I've played it 5 times because I needed to do a seasonal challenge. But I still did it because I thought it would be fun. It is a fun activity. And the challenges are okay. They're seasonal challenges. So, what else does a season have to offer? Basically, Rasputin was like, I'm dying. So we need to put him into a robo body, which I think is pretty cool. Seasonal exotic here, we have the Manticore. It is a gun that lets you fly. That is the whole thing. You shoot enemies on the ground, and then when you shoot enemies in the air, you float. It's okay. It's like Imperium Bellicose, or Heat Rises, or things like that. It's cool, but it's not super cool. Like, it's just there, in my opinion. I'm using it because I just want to finish off the catalyst, but I probably won't be picking up this weapon again, just for the sake of, if I wanted an exotic submachine gun, I'd probably use Huckleberry, Risk Runner, anything else, Osteostriga. Good God. So, this season, we use the right side. Now, instead of Season of the Lost, Queen Marasov and Petrovenge, now we have War Minecraft. We have this Robo Dude, and we have the Robo Dude. And he has a cool scarf. Yeah. So, the upgrade system is back. It is just as boring and mundane as every other season for the past 3 years. We also have deep-sighted upgrades and deep sight engrams now, which is very nice. So we can get them faster, because there's a lot of deep sight weapons this season. So the Achilles weapons are back. They are deep sight. We got all the new weapons, also craftable. And we have the weapons from Deep Stone, which is upwards of 16 weapons. Not to mention the new Revision 0 exotic weapon that has not released yet. So, let's just take a look at some of these weapons. They are pretty cool. We have a Vice 3-round burst LFR. All the weapons from this season are rooted in a foundry, which is cool to me, because this does not scream Vice to me. The scope does, but everything else doesn't. This screams Rasputin Robo Pillows? You know what I'm saying. Tripwire Canary, this is a bow from Vice, yet again. This one, again, does not look like, it looks like a biplane. Then we have the Pulse Rifle, which is a Haka Pulse Rifle. I believe it is 4-round burst. Yeah. And, yeah, this thing looks really cool. This I can believe is Haka. This is like huge muzzle brake, though, is kind of comical. Omelan's got us a new Trace Rifle, which is all Trace Rifles, which I still think is okay. And then we've got the Hake Glaive, which is very cool to me. It is an aggressive glaive, so I am excited for this. I have yet to get one to drop, so I want this. Then we have a Suros machine gun. Again, ridiculous muzzle. I don't know, those whatever bullets that is firing are enormous, because this does not need to come out of this. Yeah. But that's whatever. The Akelos weapons are back. They have great perk pools, and yeah, the armor is also pretty cool. I mean, I don't know, look at the helmet. It's cool. What else? The dungeon. The dungeon is fantastic. I am a big fan of the mechanics in that dungeon. The dungeon has fantastic mechanics, not to mention it has really cool bosses. It has reused assets for the first boss and the second boss, to be honest, because the Vex are not that interesting. They don't have as much variety as they need to have. For example, the first boss is just the Consecrated Mind, and the second boss is just a Rocky Wyvern, which is cool in hindsight, but it's just not that cool at the same time. I think Keitel, conceptually as a boss, is way cooler than Percy's, but the mechanics themselves of the boss fights and the combat execution and the enemy density and difficulty, way better. I am a big fan of Spire of the Watcher. So, the loot pool is pretty cool. We have these 2 7 Seraph weapons, which I really don't care about. We got a Sparrow, which is, I don't know, it goes boom. Every hat in this dungeon is a cowboy hat. Yes, it's amazing. And then the weapons are pretty cool. We've got baby Dead Man's Tail. We've got way too big front piece here on the sidearm. We got a machine gun that looks fantastic. It looks like a Gatling gun. I love this thing. And then we have the grenade launcher, which fires 2 at once. This thing is pretty cool. I am not going to lie. Additionally, this also has the Hierarchy of Needs bow. This bow is really cool. So you charge it up by getting kills or precision hits, and then you can hip fire it and make a like Doctor Strange portal. And I'm gonna just show it off because it's really cool. And it is just very, very cool. So I think I'm just gonna head to the Leviathan this time, because last time I headed to the EDZ and that was really boring. So I'm just gonna head here, and yeah. Next up, the Cloudstrike Catalyst. It gives triple tap. My thought was Cloudstrike's Catalyst needs to just be Thunderlord's Catalyst. But in the essence of how Cloudstrike works, that's just triple tap. So it actually all works out, you know? And then Hierarchy. I'm about to show this weapon off in the Leviathan. It has a catalyst that you have to do the master mode of the dungeon, which I think is cool. So yeah, I'm just gonna show it off. You get a kill, you get charged up. Do it once, a precision hit is worth 1, a kill is worth 2. And now that we have Guidance Ring active, we can turn it on. See, it's a portal. You shoot through it, it makes things go boom. Turns it into 2 little seekers, and they do pretty good damage. You can also shoot through it backwards if it did not dissipate. It also has some like over penetration there, which is, again, over the moon. Good work, Bungie. This is way cooler than Heart Shadow. So, next up, we're going to talk about Bungie's marketing for the next probably around 5 minutes. The marketing for this season was as simple as show the dungeon, not even the dungeon, show off the season an hour before it's released. What purpose does that serve? I want to be hyped up for the season about war mines and Rasputin and explosions and turning him into a dude and Clovis Bray. That is so cool to me. It is such a cool concept, and Bungie just doesn't want people to like have fun with it. Clearly. Just so annoying to me. And I don't get it, because I want to be hyped up for their stuff. I am more hyped up for Overwatch 2 Ramatra, even though it's in literally the worst, most shambled version it can be, because you have to play so much just to unlock it. Like, I wasn't excited for this season prior to it coming out, because I didn't know what I was looking at. Bungie just kind of said, oh, there's a season, and this weapon's happening, and this weapon's happening. I'm like, I don't care. I want to know what it is. I want to be hyped up. That's kind of the point of, you know, marketing. So when it comes to marketing, my thought process is, especially in the next coming seasons, they need 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. They need to start releasing trailers, releasing stuff, showing off what the next season's gonna be, because it's not a story spoiler. Healing Rasputin is not a story spoiler. It just isn't. I think everyone was expecting either Lucent Hive or Rasputin for this season, and here we are. Rasputin. I was expecting Lucent Hive, but Rasputin makes just as much sense, and this did not need to be hidden. The Leviathan itself, for example, sure, hidden. I get that. The Leviathan's crazy. Like, this was way out of left field. Nobody expected this. But Rasputin? I mean, I don't know what you're on, but this was not out of left field. This was pretty, like, this is like a foul ball how infield it is. That was arguably one of the worst baseball analogies I've ever made in my lifetime. But if you start releasing trailers 2 to 3 weeks when the season starts to, like, die down, people will probably get more hyped to play again. And they'll probably play in those dud moments of the season. Especially at the end, especially in something like Plunder, where the season itself was not that pretty, because Expedition was incredibly boring. Heist Battlegrounds, fortunately, for Bungie, is pretty good. It's fun, it's challenging, and it's just well built. Enemy density's good. Weapons are good, everything is good. But again, Bungie's marketing. It's just, like, I want to know what I'm playing before I play it. I know I've already purchased this stuff because of the Jordan Deluxe, but I still want to know what I'm playing because it's just hype. I want to be hyped up for Rasputin. I want to be hyped up for Revision 0, very cool, like, variable zoom scope. Like, it's COD. I want to be hyped up for, maybe not the bow, don't show me that, but show me Manticore, get me hyped up for the cool armor, get me hyped up for Eververse, get me hyped up for weapon changes, I don't know. There's gotta be more to it. Your marketing department cannot be that in shambles that you can't show off, hey look, we've got a new trace rifle, or hey look, you get to go visit Clovis Bray again. That's just how it be. And it is very annoying to me that Bungie can't do that. But, as a whole, thank you for listening to my rant. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk, if you are still here. And, yeah, Season of the Seraph First Impressions, 6 out of 10. It is just above average. The content itself is good, but the marketing was absolutely awful, and it still lacks all the creativity that seasons have been lacking for, well, many seasons now, as unfortunate as it is. So, with all this, that has been the video. If you enjoyed it, I hope you did. Please, have a good day.